So I'm assuming by now you've seen the Starbucks video where the black men were arrested because the employee or manager at Starbucks called the police on them because they were sitting in Starbucks and they had not ordered anything. And this is the most disturbing thing about this incident. As a black man, you are always preparing yourself to not be intimidating. If you're not a black man, I understand if you don't know this. We always have to make ourselves, make it be known that, we're not a threat, we're not a problem. We're just here to do what everybody else does. Especially, my sons wear hoodies outside. I'm like, hey man, make sure when you, walk in these places, take your hoodie off, let people see your face, smile, for whatever reason, just let people know that you are not a threat. Okay. Now I'm used to doing this when I go to a gas station. Actually, another guy was tweeting about this and I didn't realize I even do this. When I just got to go to a gas station to use a bathroom, I smile. Hey, do you mind if I use a bathroom? I'll buy something if necessary. I do things like that all the time just so people don't think I'm going to do something. But in Starbucks, like most people, I just go in and I've had a lot of meetings at Starbucks. I just go in to sit. And if I'm not, if all my people aren't there yet, I don't order a drink because you want your coffee to be hot. If you know you're going to be meeting for an hour or so and, you get there first or second, you're waiting on another person or something like that. It's not in my nature to think that I have to prove that I belong in a Starbucks. It's like your business model says, hey, come in, grab a cup of coffee or not, use the Wi-Fi, hang out, have a meeting there. Like, do you know how many people are in Starbucks that don't buy anything at all? Not even waiting for a friend. People go in Starbucks to use the Wi-Fi, pop their laptop up and work for hours and never buy anything. And the thing about it is when you're black, it's often a question of why you are where you are. What are you doing here? Why are you in this neighborhood? Why are you in this store? Why are you in this part of town so late? Why are you wearing that? Why was he doing that? Why? And as the manager of a store, when your inclination is to call the police on a customer who is basically doing what almost every customer does in your business, my question is, why do you feel the need that the police is the first step that you should take? The first step. You didn't sit there and ask them, hey, are you guys going to order anything? I mean, although that probably would have upset me too, if I think about it. Why do you assume, they're up to no good? And the reason this hits home for me, because this has happened to me, not at Starbucks, but in stores. Remember when I was just in New York, not long ago, I'm talking about a couple months ago, me and my friends are going into a shop in Times Square to buy stuff, literally to buy things. And the shop clerk followed us around like over our shoulders. And we were in there hungry and thirsty, looking for, literally picking things up to buy. And we all were like, fam, what are you doing, man? Like, why are you following me around? We just put the stuff down and went to the next store and bought it. So the question is, do we boycott the Starbucks? Do we boycott the police? The thing is, here's what I want, and I don't have the answer, okay? But what I want people to understand is this is what happens when you have racial profiling and stereotypes. You assume that a black person isn't supposed to be there, has some ill will. You call the police, and then the manager in the statement, Starbucks said, hey, the manager didn't think the people were going to get arrested. Why did you call the police then? Why don't police come and arrest people? Isn't that their job? And I'm not saying the police should have arrested them. If I'm the police officer, and I wish I'd know what happened in this conversation, because I'm a police officer, I'm going to be like, okay, you called me because a customer was sitting in a Starbucks? Sitting in a Starbucks? Like, okay, what's unusual about that? It was sunny. I don't know what time it was, but looked like the sun is shining in the video. Like, what are you talking about? And how do you go from, apparently they were arrested for loitering. Guys, this is Starbucks' whole business model. I know I said that before, but it's like, now and here's the thing. You're like, well, let's boycott Starbucks. I get that. And I'm not saying we shouldn't. I'm just saying this could happen in a Coffee Bean, in a Pete's, in any establishment like that. If the person working there doesn't think you belong there and calls the police, you are now going to be dealing with the police. And then the black dudes, they're very calm, handling the police. And that's another thing. When you're a black man, you don't have the luxury of arguing with the police. You don't have the luxury of raising your voice. You don't have the luxury of quick movement. So, I mean, you could say what you want. When police are around me, I just do what I'm told. And I know people are like, but you a man? Listen, man. Listen. People have been killed for quick movements. You know how many black men have been killed for having a gun that they didn't have? And the thing is, when you call the police, it automatically escalates a situation. They already escalate a situation. So I don't have the answers. It's very frustrating to know that, you see videos of the civil rights movement and, racism and, black people getting dog sicked on them and water hose and all that stuff. And then in some ways you're like, we've come so far. And then in some ways you'd be like, we've got so far to go. And that's the thing. Like, I hate to always have to feel like I belong in a place. Other races, people, they don't have to feel like they belong here. Like, I'm just supposed to be here. I remember when the police pulled up on me when we were having play rehearsal in Washington, inside of the gate, the building that, the guy we partnered with the play in owned. And the police were like, what are you doing here? And the door was open. There was a set behind us. We were inside the gate in his property. We're like, we just got out of rehearsal. We're just chopping it up. Our cars are warming up. We're just talking. But y'all shouldn't be out here this late. It was 10:15. And we're in a business that we own. We have keys. Here's the key to this building. Here's the key to the fence. That's like saying I shouldn't be in my front yard chopping it up with my boys. And that's a hard thing to understand for people who don't experience it. There was a lot of tweets. I saw this on Twitter. A lot of tweets. White people were saying, there has to be more to the story. There has to be more to the story. No, there doesn't. A lot of times it's just that. They were just sitting down and somebody got uncomfortable, got scared. Let me call the police. So, anyway. I just needed to get that off my chest. I hope you guys are having a great day. Enjoy your life. Have a fantastic day. That's what I'm going to try and do. All right? God bless you. God keep you. We'll see you at the conference.